So, you're a homeowner in Florida. You know that keeping your house in good shape, well, it's a constant effort, right? But what happens when a really critical repair pops up and it's just way too expensive to handle right now? Okay, let's get into this, because today we are going to demystify the whole process of finding financial help for home repairs right here in the Sunshine State.
First off, if you're feeling stressed about this, you are so not alone. Get this, across the entire country, a staggering 63% of homeowners put off necessary home repairs simply because they can't afford it. That's a huge number, and it represents a ton of stress just sitting on people's shoulders. And when we zoom in on our state, right here in Florida, that number is still incredibly high. About 29% of homeowners here have had to delay critical repairs. Just think about that. That's nearly 1 out of every 3 homes you drive by. Whether it's a roof that's seen a few too many storms, or maybe an AC unit that's just about to give out, does that struggle sound familiar at all? Well, the good news is, that feeling of being stuck, it doesn't have to be the end of the story. Because here's the thing you need to know. There's a massive network of support that already exists. You really don't have to figure all this out by yourself. There are literally hundreds of programs out there designed specifically to help homeowners just like you. So how many are we talking about? Over 211. Yeah, you heard that right. More than 211 approved home improvement and repair grant programs are available right now all across Florida. It's a big system for sure, but we're going to make it really simple to navigate. Okay, so where's the money for all this coming from? Well, it pretty much flows from 5 main sources. Now, the main thing to know is that your local county and city governments, they control the biggest piece of the pie, about half of all the funding. The rest comes from federal and state programs, community nonprofits, and the USDA, that's the Department of Agriculture, which has some awesome programs for rural homeowners. This layered system just means there are multiple doors you can knock on for help. So, this brings us to the really big questions. What exactly do these programs pay for, and who can actually get the help? Let's break down what's covered and what the general eligibility looks like. The scope of what's covered is actually really broad, and it focuses on the big, essential stuff that keeps your home safe and working. We're talking about storm hardening, which is so important here in Florida, things like new roofs, windows, and doors. The aid also covers failures of your major systems, like your plumbing, electrical, or your HVAC system. And yeah, even major foundation issues and full-on roof replacements are often on the list. And the help goes beyond just the structural stuff. It's also about your family's health. There are programs to get rid of hazards like lead paint or asbestos, and crucially, they also fund accessibility modifications, like ramps and grab bars, which can be an absolute game changer for seniors and residents with disabilities to live safely at home. In the most extreme cases, some programs can even help with a total home replacement. Okay, this is the question, right? This is the one that stops most people before they even start. There's this common idea that these programs are only for a very, very specific group of people, but that is just not the whole picture. This is where most people get it wrong. They think, oh, that's not for me. But look, what's so important to see here is that help is available across the entire income spectrum. Sure, a lot of grants target low-income families through programs like WAP, the Weatherization Assistance Program. But other opportunities are open to pretty much everyone. For example, PACE loans can help you finance energy-efficient upgrades, and the My Safe Florida Home program offers grants for storm hardening, often without any income requirement. The type of help might change. Maybe it's a grant, maybe it's a low-cost loan, but the opportunity is still there. And this quote just says it all. Eligibility is often relative. A lot of local programs base their income limits on something called the area median income. So what that means is that what's considered low income in a really wealthy county could actually be a pretty moderate salary somewhere else. It all depends on where you live. So, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. Never, ever assume you won't qualify. The only way you'll know for sure is to check directly with the programs in your city and your county. Don't let a simple assumption stop you from getting the help you might need. Okay, so you know the help exists, and you know there's a chance you could be eligible. The big question now is, where do you actually start looking? Let's break it down into a super simple 4-step search plan. The most effective way to do this is to start local and then work your way out. So first, check with your city's housing department. If you don't find anything there, then expand your search to the county level. They manage huge pools of funding. From there, you can go even broader to statewide programs and federal agencies like HUD or the USDA. And one last tip, if your repair is truly urgent, nonprofits like Habitat for Humanity can often move a lot faster to provide immediate help. So, You have the map. Now it's just about taking that first step.
And to make that first step as easy as possible for you, links to MFP's resources are in the video's description below. We've gathered the critical links for you. You'll find a guide with details on all the state, county, and city programs we've talked about right there.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What is the one single repair that would truly change your home for the better? Whether it's fixing a leaky roof or making your home safer for the next storm, the help to get it done might be a lot closer than you think.